Evening peeps, evening, welcome back to the channel. No flyer for you guys tonight, but there is a big pile of points on the screen for you to look at. So we are live tonight for round 3. Apologies for not making last week. I was absolutely full of cold and snot and just my head wasn't in it, so I knocked that one on the head. But luckily for you lot, our good friend Golden Brownie did it for me. He did post-race commentary, so thank you very much, Golden Brownie. And if you want to catch up with those 2 races from last week, excuse me, they are in description right now. So it is 2 separate links in there for race 1 and race 2. So if you want to check those out, there they are. And you'll have Mr. Golden Brownie himself over the top of those. So let's just have a quick look at points before we get into qualifying, which is already underway. We've got Hirakram. Let's not look at the driver names, shall we? We don't like those because you can't see those on screen. So Hirakram leading. What was that in the chat? Something about a swap place because of a penalty. Someone being naughty. Let's just pull that up quickly. Hirakram and Dark Clark have swapped due to points penalty, but I don't know the reason for it. So it is Hirakram up front with 62 points, or even though there's 63 points on Dark Clark's next. So those 2 have swapped, even though they're not swapped on the actual list. So it's Dark Clark leading then, is it? Probably find out next week. Donkey Chong is in 3rd with 53 points. Sorry, he's joint 3rd with Rick 33 GTR, both on 53 points. We've got JRC 87 in 5th. He's got himself 47 points. We've got GTP Toby in 6th. Got 42 points, 41 points on board for Fat Pickles Bro in 7th. We've got T50 Phil in 8th with 36 points. 30 points for Golden Brown, oh sorry, P Gibb, apologies, in 9th. Golden Brownie, the man himself, in 10th. He has got himself 29 points. 23 points on board then for LFC Fan in 11th. 12th is Tino, or Faithless, apologies, I'm looking at the wrong column myself. 16 points on board for him. Joint 12th, in fact, with Mutt 36, also with 16 points. Then we've got Janio in 14th there with 7 points, and 15th is Marshall 2012 with 6 points. So that's coming into week 3. Let's quickly get out of that. Sticker still available, people. Hit me at yeah, up for that. No t-shirts. I don't know why I clicked that. Evening. Oh, I've not set my camera up. Evening. I've not set my camera up. I need to just have a little jiggle with that. Let's get ourselves on track at least. Put some nonsense on before we jiggle with cameras. So first race, I've got them mixed up on the thing. First race is Fuji then. Let me just jiggle this camera quickly, people, because it's a million miles away. Boop, 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 boop. How's that? Is that too much? Is that too much? You getting it? Don't worry, I've remembered sound as well. Don't you worry about that, people. I've remembered that as well. Alright? Oh, I forgot to do my multi-streaming thing. I'm supposed to be sending it into portrait mode as well. Oh well, never mind. Right, here we go then. Out lap's done. Hot lap times just about to start coming in then. 3 minutes and 30 seconds into qualifying. Rick 33 thinks the rain's coming down. going to put in then, coming up towards the line. So 147.388. Dark Clark, he takes that pole off him. Time that 147.119 on for Mr. Clark. GRC Racing slots into second behind him for the time being. Heracram comes through to nudge third. Fourth for Rick 33 GTR. LFC Fan in fifth. Sweaty Keg in sixth. Again, it's a 10-minute qualifier, so we're about halfway through it at the minute. There he is, Golden Brownie in seventh. Donkey Chung in eighth. Mut 36 in ninth. Faithless 10th currently. T50 Phil in 11th. Janio 12th. P Gib in 13th. And Marshall in the pits. Why are you in the pits? But it is this man currently on pole. So all cars, I think it's front engine, front wheel drive for race 1. And then race 2 is, I think it's front wheel drive and, or I'm not too sure, any combo, maybe mid-rear or mid-4. It was mentioned in the chat last week, not last week, week before. Dark Clark then, can he go any quicker? He can, he certainly can. GRC Racing follows him straight through though, picks up a little bit more time as well. Holds on to that second position, nearly 6 minutes into qualifying then. Let me not forget the coffee. Heracram comes through then to take pole, 146. 9:34 on the clock for him. Pushes everybody down a spot. Dark Clock now second then. Sweaty Cake third. Donkey Chong moves up the field as well in qualifying in that little Suzuki Swift. Fourth place for him currently. GRC Racing gets a nudge down to fifth position. Was second. Rick 33 was fourth, now sixth. But 33 in seventh. LFC Fan in 8th. We've got Golden Brownie 9th. Faithless Emo in 10th still. T50 Phil, Pete Gibb, Janio and Marshall still in the same positions. Yeah, not sure what's happening with Marshall. Have you had a qualifying ban? You been a naughty boy? Let's have a little flick through these liveries, shall we? Help for the Heroes smashed on the side for Heracram. So all the cars are linked to a charity as well, and any donations that are given throughout the series to whichever charity, obviously you put a name down, and then at the end of the season we divvy the money out, first, second and third, between the sort of winning teams, and then donate that money to charity. Dark Clark retakes pole, but he does hold it in the orange rod. Is that McLaren colours? Is that meant to be fake McLaren? Is that what that is? Looks similar. 146.889 then for Dark Clark. That's enough of your livery. Macmillan Cancer Support for Donkey Chung in the little Swift. There's a logo for you, isn't it, on the bonnet? That is a Donkey Chungin. Sweaty Keg. Tell your mates, tell your mums, that's right. RSPCA for him. JRC Racing. It's got the We Are Driven Foundation. That's obviously you would have seen that in the intro. Little Audi TT. 33 and another Sirocco. Cancer research for him. Faithless Emo. McDonald's, I don't think that's a charity. Who are you supporting? I can't see. Can't see anything. Is that Royal Navy? Oh no, the National Autism Society on the front corner there for Mach 36. What's that one? Anything? Can't see it. T50 Phil. Unless we're advertising for Sims for You. Macmillan Cancer. P. Gibb for the RSPCA. Janio is just Janio, and Marshall is cancer research as well. So qualifying's pretty much done. Dark Clark is currently still on pole at 146.889, still standing. Hirakram nipping at his heels though. Mark Spencer's track limits. What? Hey, look, I don't make the rules. Hirakram, track limits. Cheating. So that is it. 10 minutes done for qualifying. Just got to cross the line and that will be it. It's looking good for Dark Clark at the minute. What Hirakram's doing in terms of times. Oh, he's got that half a second penalty, so this one's in the bin. Track limits. Dark Clark though should be good for pole unless anybody else in the field behind him manages to go quicker, obviously. A couple of drivers already crossed the line, one in front of him. Stick with Dark Clark though for the time being and just flick through the field. I don't think they'll all be in order. Checkered flag being waved then. So Dark Clark 146.754. He finds a little bit more time then. Here comes Hirakram, but he's losing that penalty. So definitely won't be able to do it. Let's just keep an eye on that. So he stays second for the time being. Let's just hang about. Donkey Chong stays third. There's Golden Brownie. Sweaty Kegs across the line, so he's fourth. JRC Racing stays fifth. Faithless Emo is sixth. Rick 33 is 7th, Mutt 36 is 8th, LFC Fan 9th, we've got T50 Phil in 10th, Golden Brownie 11th, P. Gibb 12th, Janio in 13th, and Marshall just creeping around at the end of qualifying there. There they are, official results then. Dark Clark on that pole, 146.754. Hirakram unfortunately picking up that penalty in the last lap, and that put an end to that. Donkey Chong doing alright in that little Suzuki Swift as well. But we'll see how they get on in the race. So 30 minutes coming up here at Fuji. And then once we've done that, we go to reverse grid from Lago Maggiore. And we change the car layout as well. So the car has to go from its front engine, front wheel drive at the minute. And I think it has to be mid-engine and rear wheel drive for race 2. Third at best, here I come, says Hirakram. Well, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. So just a reminder that if you were looking for last week's races, I was a bit poorly, so our friend Golden Brownie, who's actually in this lobby now, he picked them up for me. Did them post-race. Both should be in the description. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Race 1, race 2, ready to go. All right. So yeah, last week's races in the description if you want to go and look at those. Cheers, Golden Brownie, for sorting that out. Yeah, a lot of last weekend it just felt like my left side of my head was full of concrete. Lovely. Here we go then, 30 minutes here at Fuji. Let's get ourselves in. So if Hirakram gets a good start, he can get the inside line into turn 1. We'll see though, hopefully no false starts. Oh, yes, we've got 2. Oh, it's going to be chaos. It could be chaos. Drivers having to take avoiding action. Everyone does get away well though. No collisions with that little false start. Dark Clark looks like he's going to hold on to the lead of this one into turn 1. Cold tyres. Everyone just got to be a little bit careful. Oh, someone off in the background. Who is that? That is T50 Phil going a little bit wide through there. In the Suzuki Swift. Through the left then down towards the right. I have got a track map for this somewhere. It's been a while since I've covered Fuji, to be honest. Dark Clark leads then. As we were. Hirakram second. Donkey Chong third. Sweaty Keg in 4th. JRC Racing in 5th. Got Rick 33 who still thinks it's going to rain in 6th. LFC Fan in 7th. Golden Brownie hot on his tail though. Bit of an opportunity down here if you can make a run on other drivers. As we see Marshall. Oh, gets a little wobble on coming through the chicane. Loses a position to T50 Phil. Under threat then from Janio and Faithless Emo. So no qualifying. Has started to make his way through the field, Marshall, but just getting a little tangled up there. Might lose this position. No, he holds on to it. It's going to be a drag race down the start-finish straight then. Faithless in 11th, Janio 12th, Mutt 36 in 13th, and P. Gibb 14th. So one of the false starting drivers, P. Gibb. Okay, slipstream coming into effect then. Hirakram getting a little bit of a boost. Dark Clark, can he keep his wing just there? He does, just goes for the slight out braking. Donkey Chunk says screw that, I'm going all the way around the outside. Tries to get around the both of them. Didn't quite work out. Did manage to make that position over Hirakram. Gets himself into second. He's already lining up Dark Clark coming into this next turn. The chase on here then. Little 6-car pack, all vying for position at the minute. Bit of a break then back to who's next, Golden Brownie. Oof. Dark Clark bangs the anchors on around that turn. Donkey Chong almost takes him out. Hirakram has to take slight avoiding action. Look at this, Sweaty Keg all over the back of Hirakram as well in 4th. Just making that Audi as wide as he possibly can then, Dark Clark. Chong up the inside. Has a little bit of a move. Manages to hold it through the next part of that turn as well. Great move by Donkey Chong. Straight into first. Little screaming Suzuki now. What can he do down the start finish straight? He's got a few drivers looking to get past him. Sweaty Keg's done the same thing on Hirakram as well. In fact, Hirakram's lost 3 places. He's down to 5th. Clark then picking up the tow. You see Donkey Chong pull all the way over to that side of the track to just hold on to that inside line, but Dark Clark carrying the speed down towards turn 1, picks that inside line up himself. As we've just seen, Donkey Chong, a bit of a weapon around the outside here in that little Suzuki Swift. Almost gets taken out by Sweaty Keg under braking. Chase back on here. Hirakram drops another position down to 6th. Gap starting to develop a little bit. Tiny bit of a slide there from Donkey Chong. Brings Sweaty Keg right up his rear end. Around the corner they go then, down towards the hairpin at the bottom. Maybe Donkey Chong not close enough to pick up a toe and get close enough to go for a move down into this one. Well, there they go. Oh, right up his rear end though, coming through the chicane. Dragging Sweaty Keg. JRC, Rick 33 as well. There's Hirakram. Hanging on, not doing the best in the Audi tonight. LFC fan has got himself through to 7th. He's found himself with a half a second penalty as well, unfortunately. Got Dark Clark, some fans in the chat. Golden Brownie in 8th. Gets a little nudge from T50 Phil through there, but no dramas. Tries to have another little look up the inside as well through there. T50 Phil didn't quite work out. Faithless Emo hot on their tail through there. Oh, he's actually got a move, I think. Has he? Come on, camera. Side by side with T50 Phil. He does pull. He's got a bit of a lift off of Golden Brownie through here. Golden Brownie got a toe off of LFC fan as well, who's just lost a penalty. That's why he's travelling so slow. Big pile of cars then heading down towards turn 1. Fusion Lobby all controlling it well through there. No drivers getting sent into Neverland. But Faithless Emo getting through that little pile of drivers then. Through to 7th. So they look to hunt him down again. Very similar to what's going on with the top 6 really. Oh, LFC fan finds himself with another half as track limits. As Mark Spencer in the chat has yorped. So Golden Brownie in 8th then. LFC fan 9th again with that half a second penalty. It's Groundhog Day for him. T50 Phil in 10th then. Mutt 36 in 11th. Who was that at the back? Marshall 2012. So again, no qualifying for Marshall. Not too sure what that was about. Janio in 13th and P. Gibbs still at the back but hanging on to Janio's tail. So back to the front almost as we were. Dark Clark back into the lead. Donkey Chong 2nd. Sweaty Keg 3rd. Rick 33 in 4th. JRC Racing 5th. Hirakram in 6th. Can he get a move? Can he get a move on JRC? They're snaking across the track trying to pick up that slipstream. Does go for a little bit of a move here. He falls out of that slipstream range though. JRC picks up a tiny bit of slipstream coming into turn 1, but side by side with his fellow Audi driver. Gets himself... Oh no, he's not in front yet. Where are you, JRC? Oh, I thought you were carrying a bit more speed down there, but he's had to slot in behind. Hirakram making up another position, then back into 5th. It's all kicking off at the front again then. Top 3 bumper to bumper. This is 200R, I think, this corner. Tricky little one again. Donkey Chong just trying to get around the outside in that little Suzuki Swift. Seems to be working for him. He's side by side with race leader. Let's just get ourselves up on board with 3rd place and watch this. So he does retake the lead then. Oh, Dark Clark goes for a little bit of a think up the inside. Oh, Donkey Chong goes a bit deep through there. Sweaty Keg takes full advantage of a slightly slow Dark Clark. Slots himself into 2nd position. Mark Spencer in the chat won't be happy, Dark Clark. Oof, maybe he will now. Oh, he's not able to hold on to that speed though. Again, now he's looking to drive that Audi like it's a Suzuki Swift. It's not. It's not. All picking up a toe off of Donkey Chong. Dark Clark then closing back up on Sweaty Keg here. Oh, some kind of glitchy going on. They were ghosting out. They're now 3 wide coming into turn 1. Donkey Chong loses out. Sweaty Keg holds on to it. Oh, they're still coming, trying to come past him. Look at this. Let's just drop it back a driver or 2. So So in chase cam mode with Dark Clark. All three of them. All six of them really still. There's nothing in it between them really. Great bit of racing going on here from Fuji then for round. Again, Donkey Chong just, you know, sod it. Round the outside. Why not? Rick 33, Hirakram, JRC Racing. Having a tiny battle amongst those three, but they are still involved in that top three fight. Sweaty Keg then gets through to the lead. Donkey Chong trying to hold on to second, but Dark Clark found a gap on the exit of the chicane. Puts him back into second. Donkey Chong third. There's a Hirakram back in fourth. JRC Racing fifth. Tiny bit of contact between him and Rick 33. Oh, a little bit of bumping and a barging through there. Some paintwork to fix up in between this and next week. And here they go again then onto this start finish straight. Let's have a look then. Sweaty Keg has not quite broken the toe, so they will slowly close back up on him. But he's got almost a second. Here's Donkey Chong almost pushing Dark Clark down the track. But again, Dark Clark's just got that little bit of extra toe from Sweaty Keg in front. Still those three bolted onto the back end, just looking for an opportunity. 11 minutes into race one then. 19 minutes of this remaining. Let's go and see what's happening behind this six. 33, they are just opening up a little bit. Faithless Emo seems to have broken away from that little pile. He's a little way behind that top six though. It's 4.7 seconds. Tell Donkey it's not bumper cars. I can't. T50 Phil being harassed by Mutt 36 at the minute. He's got the dog in him. Tried to go for the switch through there, didn't quite work. Chasing down that little Suzuki Swift then. He's got Golden Brownie in his rearview mirror, a couple of others as well. LFC fan. Who's that in the pink? Who's that in there? Oh, it's Marshall, isn't it? Again, Faithless Emo just managed to pull a little bit of a gap from these boys. Whether he'll be able to close up on the drivers in front, there they are. Golden Brownie then in 10th. So again, just picking up a slipstream, as is Marshall and LFC fan. No penalty this time for LFC fan. Pete Gibb 13th. Janio's made a mistake, drops to 14th. No slipstream for him now. What's Pete Gibb got? No slipstream for Pete Gibb either, so they might end up getting into a battle together. We'll see. Oh, look at this. Donkey Chong back into the lead. Sweaty Keg now second. A little bit of a gap then back to third position. Enough to break the toe. All these two just swapping positions. 1.6 seconds. So the four drivers here from third to sixth aren't getting a slipstream off those top two. Now if those top two work together, they can pull away from these two and then just have a little bit of a fight all of their own at the end. Dark Clark then into third, but again just a couple of seconds back. JRC Racing fourth, Hirakram fifth, Rick 33 in sixth. Still got fastest lap though, Hirakram 1:46.6. Rick 33 still thinks it's raining. I don't think it's going to rain. I don't think it's going to rain. It's definitely not going to rain. You can turn them off, Rick. You can turn them off. Faithless. He is closing up on that pile of drivers in front. It was 4.7 seconds. There he is, giving a little flash of the lights as well. Just, I'm here, boys. Don't worry. We're only halfway through this first race. It's coming. 3.2 seconds back. I don't know if it's classed as weaving if you're sort of leading that pile. I'm sure they're only making one move. Donkey Chong then thrashing the life out of the little Suzuki. Got a tiny gap between himself and Sweaty Keg. Again, Sweaty Keg still picking up a toe though. Dark Clark's managed to pull a little bit of that time back as well. He gets a full second back in that chase to the top two. Slowly dragging Hirakram along though. They are starting to open up a little bit. JRC Racing now finds himself with a 1 second penalty. That's going to put a dent in his race when they head down this start-finish straight. Rick 33 will easily get past. That'll bring Faithless Emo into his sights for sure. T50 Phil still being harassed by Mutt 36. Not managed to find a way past yet. Golden Browdy just lurking as well in the background of that fight still. Marshall and LFC fan still having a bit of a ding-dong. LFC fan, he's liking those half a second penalties. Pete Gibb 13th, actually closing up on these drivers, so might get himself a little bit further up the field if he can press that Jaguar a little bit harder. Janio unfortunately falls a little bit further back. I hadn't even noticed what tyres drivers were on, to be honest. I wasn't even watching. And it is, I think it's a mandatory stop. Oh, we see Dark Clark diving up the inside of Sweaty Keg at turn 1. It's a drag race down to this next turn. Looks like Dark Clark's just got himself ahead though. Retakes second. I don't think Sweaty Kegs are going to go for it down here. No. Stick on the back end of Dark Clark. Let's see if Dark Clark can slowly haul in Donkey Chong then. So 1 second ahead. He's still got pace then, Dark Clark. Tyres are starting to blow themselves out a little bit on the front though. Donkey Chong's not looking too bad. A little bit more wear on Dark Clark's. Same for Sweaty Keg. Yeah, I think the Audis and Volkswagens are just a little bit heavier on the front than the Suzuki Swifts. Let's just go through the field and have a look at tyres. Yeah, Audi hot on the front. Audi hot on the front. Suzuki less so. Volkswagen a little bit hotter on the front. Ouch for Golden Brownie. Marshall not looking too bad. That front left looks a little bit warm. Mullet set up for LFC fan. Mediums on the front, softs on the rear. P Gibb gone for full softs. His front left a little bit painful at the minute as well. Janio gone for the mullet setup. Mediums on the front, softs on the rear, so not a lot of wear on the mediums. But nobody opting to stop yet. Dark Clark having to go defensive a little bit from Sweaty Keg. Oh, Sweaty Keg now trying around the outside. If Donkey can do it, maybe I can, he says. Car might be just a little bit too heavy. Dark Clark is slowly pulling Donkey Chong back in though. He's taken another couple of tenths out of Donkey Chong's lead. So this next part of the race is going to be all about controlling tyre wear. When do you come in the pits? You don't have to delete messages, Mark. I'm not easily offended, I'll tell you. Sweaty Keg just hanging on to the back of Dark Clark. These two have been at it pretty much all race. Hirakram's had a little bit of a dig as well, along with Donkey Chong. Yeah, can't see JRC Racing. He has been overtaken. Let's just go and have a quick look at that. He had a full second penalty to lose. And look at this, Faithless Emo has managed to get himself into 6th position ahead of JRC after losing that. So these two might get together. They might attempt to work together and close the gap on the race leaders. We'll see. Faithless Emo still flashing the lights, look. Still here. Not gone anywhere. T50 Phil and Mutt 36. Come on, Mutt. No offence, T50 Phil. Where's he gone? There he is. It's been laps. Oh my god. It's been laps that Mutt 36 has been chasing this position. And then he goes wide through turn 1. Sorry, Mutt. He's got to do it all over again now. Golden Brown, he's fallen off this fight a little bit. That front left starting to hurt him now. He's going to have to think about dropping in the pits and changing those tyres. He's got Marshall right up his rear end as well. And we know these Suzuki Swifts are pretty grippy. LFC fan on that mullet setup. Is that where you're going wide and picking up half a second penalty? All 4 wheels off the track through there. No penalty this time, okay. Tyres looking alright. P. Gibb wants to think about the pits as well. That front left possibly starting to hurt him a little bit. Again, he has pulled away from Janio. Got himself onto the back end of LFC fan here. Oof, LFC fan. It's a bit far off track. You've got to be careful with that one. And Janio has been in the pits then. Dropped that mullet setup now and he's got a full set of softs on for the rest of the race. Nobody got to worry about fuel in this one. Look at this then. Dark Clark has a little bit of a think about having a go at Donkey Chong. Maybe trying to force Donkey Chong into a mistake. He's a little bit too experienced for that, I think. But he has pulled away from Sweaty Keg. Sweaty Keg didn't have a penalty, but might have just made a mistake or a little bit of tyre wear slowly creeping in maybe. Just had a little bit of a twitch. Hirokram still 4th, Rick 33 in 5th, just hanging on to the back end of Hirokram. There's Faithless in that 6th, being chased by JRC Racing still. 36 has got past. I don't know where, but T50 Phil is right on his tail now. 36, is he going to go too defensive while he tries to defend from T50 Phil? He holds on to it through there. T50 Phil hangs right onto his rear end though as they come out of the chicane. There is Marshall up to 10th then. Golden Brownie in 11th. Tyres really starting to hurt that front left. Putting a proper dent in his race at the minute. LFC fan starting to close back up on him. P. Gibb has made a mistake then. I think tyre wear is catching him out now. So he falls off the back of LFC fan by a long way. 11.4 seconds. It's allowed Janio to creep up on him as well. So if P. Gibb comes in the pits, that might allow Janio to sneak past. It's only 22 seconds behind. Oh, battle on at the front then. Donkey Chong and Dark Clark side by side through turn 1. Doing well, that little Suzuki. Field is starting to open up now though. Big gap starting to develop in this top 6. Now When do these boys decide they're going to come in at the pits? Maybe they're not going to. 24 minutes in. I hadn't even noticed. Tyres might last them the whole race then. I wasn't even paying attention to the time. Whoa, different line through there. Has it allowed him to pull enough time though from Dark Clark? It's pulled him a little bit of a gap. Look, enough to... he's still getting a slipstream, but enough for him not to be able to close up and have another go at Donkey Chong into turn 1. Sweaty Keg just inside slipstream range as well. Does start closing up now though, Dark Clark on Donkey. Through turn 1 they go again then. Just under 5 minutes remaining of race 1. It is Donkey Chong leading, followed by Dark Clark second, Sweaty Keg in third, got Rick 33 up to fourth, and he's managed to make his way past Hirakram. His tyres I think are hurting him now. Drops to fifth. Faithless Emo sixth, still 5 seconds behind that pile of drivers in front. JRC Racing falls off the back a little bit more as well, so 3 seconds, nearly 4 seconds off the back of Faithless in 7th. T50 Phil back into 8th, past Mutt. Mutt in 9th. These two been at it all race. Marshall in 10th. Golden Brownie 11th. LFC Fan in 12th. We've got P Gib in 13th and Janio 14th. Let's get ourselves back to the front of this one then. Blue flag for Donkey. I didn't see one. Who's he overtaking? Or do you want him to have a blue flag so Dark Clark can get past? Is that what that is? Here we go then, into this final corner again. Different lines through there for these two. Again, the gap at 0.6. Maybe this time. Does he close up enough then, Dark Clark? Gap down to half a second. He is a little bit closer. Can he get the move done? Closes right up on Donkey Chong. I think we're going to see 2 laps out of these two. Be fisticuffs all the way to the end then by the looks of it for those two. Sweaty Keg then holding on to that third. 33 falls off the back end a little bit, still ahead of Hirakram though. Faithless Emo still 6th. Again, tyres just slowing him down a little bit. JRC Racing found himself, oh no, he did have half a second penalty, it's now a full second. And he's going to have another lap to do after this as well. So that's going to bring, oh my god, these two, Mutt 36 and T50 Phil, they're going to overtake him. They're only 1.8 seconds behind, but it certainly takes more than a second off of you for sure. Down to the chicane they go then. Marshall still 10th. LFC Fan into 11th. Golden Brownie loses a position then. Those tyres really costing him. P Gib unfortunately not been able to close that gap up, still 10 seconds behind. And Janio as well, not managed to make those soft grip and close up on P Gib either. Dark Clark visibly closer this time, I think. It's now or never. Donkey Chong does go a little bit defensive, but Dark Clark dupes him into switching track side of the track. Does he hold on to it? Yes, he does. It's still going to be a punch up all the way to the end. Again, we've seen Donkey Chong just drive that Suzuki around the outside. Again, tyres are a little bit broken. Might not be able to work for him this time. This is going to be final lap though. Donkey Chong thought about the inside line through there. Tries to get the run on Dark Clark down here. He's carrying good speed, but Dark Clark's got the inside line coming through this next turn. Donkey Chong looks like he's trying a slingshot across the track. Look at this drag race down towards the hairpin. Oof. Oh, Donkey Chong finds himself with a half a second penalty. Just cut that corner a little bit too much. So that's going to hand it to Dark Clark then. Oh, unless he throws it in the wall. So it doesn't matter if Donkey Chong gets ahead of him. He will pick up half a second. Sorry, I think he'll pick up a full second penalty when he crosses the line. Oh, I know about the penalty lines before. We'll see. Should still get past though, Dark Clark. Just carry the speed. Sweaty Keg as well takes full advantage of that. Oof, just holds on to second. So Dark Clark does take the win in race 1 tonight then. Sweaty Keg taking second. Donkey Chong just losing out right at the end there, picking up that penalty. Third place for him. Excuse me. Rick 33 coming home in 4th positions. Wipers still ablazing. Hirokram in 5th. Faithless Emo 6th. Got Mutt 37 in... Mutt 36 in 7th, not Mutt 37th in 6th. T50 Phil in 8th. JRC Racing in 9th. That penalty costing him 2 positions right at the end. Marshall taking 10th. LFC Fan 11th. Golden Brownie's broken tyres cost him. He was 12th, sorry. P Gib 13th. And we just wait for Janio to thrash down the start-finish straight. Taking the win, Mr. Spencer. How about that? Glory shots for Janio then, all on the track, all on his own. Smoke if you've got them. I hope you're all hitting that like button anyway, people. I can see 7 people. Okay, 6 because I'm one of the people watching me on stream because I just like making sure it's all right. But the 6 of you watching, I'm going to refresh in a minute. There better be 6 likes. I'm giving you time. Look, I'm giving you time. Look, I'm giving you time. I'll film me, babe. Click the like button, damn it. Click it. Let's press it. Refreshing. Now's a chance. 1. Nice. Love it. Cheers. Appreciate it. Right, there he is then. Dark Clark staring at his Javelin Bastos Racing Team. It's enough for you. So, there is race 1 then. Results. Dark Clark on that top spot. Sweaty Keg coming in second. That little mistake by Donkey Chong just costing him that penalty at the end, which is served right before the line, so he loses a position into 3rd. Rick 33 takes 4th. Hirokram tried his hardest in the Audi, but 5th for him. Faithless Emo coming home in 6th. Mutt 36 in 7th. T50 Phil in 8th. I've got JRC Race in 9th. Marshall 10th. LFC Fan 11th. Golden Brownie in 12th. P Gib 13th. And Janio in 14th. There we go. So, have we got a start time? No, not yet. Oof. Hazy at Lago Maggiore. Yushk. Raining potentially at Lago Maggiore. Let's have a look at event settings. Oh no, no rain, just very, very poor visibility and some clouds. So not the full Lago Maggiore circuit. As you can see, great big cut-offs and barriers across the track there. Superfield, great race with Mark, yep. Mark Schumacher. Yep, Yeah, that did look like a damn good battle. There's a few damn good battles there tonight. Oh, what have I just done with that? Half a second penalty on that last lap. You dunce, Donkey Chong. You absolute dunce. Love you, bro. So, yes, it is mid-rear cars now. So if you have a look at the selection here, we've got spaceship, we've got spaceship, we've got a spaceship, we've got an Alpha, we've got a spaceship, we've got a spaceship, we've got a 650S, a spaceship, an Alpha 4C, a G70 Genesis, spaceship, G70 Genesis. What's T50 Phil got? Nothing at the moment. Just had to look over me. I've got a light over there, which is I couldn't see. Hey, look. Let's not get into a row in my chat. You can if you want. You get into a blazer if you want. Makes for good TV viewing. I don't know, watching. So yeah, there's an awful lot of the great big. Let's just get ourselves on track and have a look at these monstrosities of a Citroen. Look at it. It's like motorbike, fighter jet, car, speedboat, all in one. It's just the all-in-one Batmobile. Look at it. Doesn't look so good in baby blue though, I don't think. Let's go and find a meaner looking one. It is a meaner looking one. Look, black. Rah. The old Genesis. The Alpha. That's about it, isn't it, I think, for this one? Yeah, Alpha, the Citroen and the Genesis, I believe. That's about what we've got on track. But the Citroen, you can see Faithless Emo just in front of one of those Citroens versus the Alpha. It's almost twice as wide. It's a massive, massive car. .4C saying, so what? I don't care how big you are. I'm having a go. Maybe he's not having quite so much of a go now. Big curbs through here. You can cut an awful lot of time out here. I'm not sure what the penalty situation is. You can get two wheels across that curb. Two wheels either side of it. If you get it just right, you can carry an awful lot of speed through there. So we are at the shortened east track here today. Another spaceship. We've been invaded by aliens. Look. Hurricane staying away from that curb. Maybe it's changed. Maybe you pick up a penalty now. I don't know. G70 for Superphil. Where is he? There he is. What's that on the... There he is. Look at that rear end of that car. Look, hey, isn't that nice? Let's not exit, eh? Let's not exit. Don't exit. Don't do that. Marshall in a spaceship. Yeah, popular the Citroen spaceship. Look at it. It's insane. It's testing track limits, old JRC. What can I get away with? How close can I get to the walls without smashing it off the side? Where can I go without picking up a penalty? Yeah, reasonably short track this one. We have got a start time of 10 o'clock. So 5 more minutes. What are you doing over there here, Grant? That's not meant to be over there. So it should be reverse grid for race 2. It does put Janio up front. And the faster drivers obviously now got to battle their way through the field. If they want those podium positions again. Oh yeah, we've got McLaren. We've got McLaren. I forgot about the poor lonely little McLaren. S650S. More spaceships. Yeah, so just a reminder, if you were looking for last week's races, I was a bit ill, but our mate Golden Brownie, where is he? He's actually in the pits. Him. You can't see him because he's in the pits. He picked up the races and did them post-race with comms as well, so go and check those out. They are both linked in the description below. So if you're looking for last week's races, go and check those out. I wonder where you were going there, Marshall. That certainly isn't the line of the racetrack. You would have 100% picked up a penalty. All 4 wheels off that circuit for sure. Paint splatters all up Mutt 36's Genesis. There's Golden Brownie. Thank you, sir. Yeah, a couple of minutes left to go then before race 2. Again, another half an hour, but here at Lago Maggiore East. Slightly shorter circuit. Cuts out a big chunk in the middle, really. Heracran must be parked up somewhere. Yeah, there we go. I was going to say the camera's over there somewhere, but it can't find him. Dark Clock says, have some of that. I'm going to dent your paint. And then they're having a face off. Face off! We are. Dark Clark not fighting back? No. Oh. Should have left Heracran alone though. He was quite happy, just parked up on the grass, just watching you lot all spin out on turn 1 or turn 2. He's not happy with his position. Needs to reposition himself, look. No, not a good enough view in there. Need a more picturesque spot, look. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful. Looking over the mountains, look. Why wouldn't you want that? Nice bit of downhill in there, I'm sure. race 2 then. There we go, just about to get underway. So reverse grid then. It's going to be a full-on slog down towards turn 1. It tightens up as well when it hits turn 1 through turn 1, turn 2. The hairpin can get a bit tricky and treacherous through there, so we'll see how we get on. Lights go on then, ready for race 2. Oh, I've got another false start in the background. Is that Faithless Emo? Possibly, I think it is. He did get a false start. Janio holds the lead into turn 1. Everybody through there pretty cleanly, I think, but Janio's goes a bit wide through the hairpin. He's lost that position to Golden Brownie already. There he is, leading this one so far. Janio's second then. P. Gibb in the McLaren looking for a way through. A couple of drivers running wide through there as well. LFC Fan in 4th. Tricky corner coming up as well. There's the right-hander where you have to stay all the way on the outside of that right-hander and then back up the hill. Tricky turn. Marshall still in 5th then. T50 Phil 6th. JRC Racing in 7th. As we just see T50 Phil have a little look at Marshall. Side by side through there. The Genesis just getting through. Oh, Marshall compromised on the way through. That door being left wide open. JRC Racing goes through. Hirakram goes through. Marshall under threat from more drivers. There's a Dark Clark up the inside. Donkey Chong as well trying to come through. Marshall getting swallowed here. Down to 9th. Donkey Chong next to Mutt 36. Drag race for those two down the start-finish straight. Sweaty Keg in the Genesis in 12th, Rick 33 in 13th in a spaceship, and Faithless Emo. False starts. Not sure, looks like he's had another bit of an incident somewhere. He's a long way down, 13.5 seconds off the pack at the minute, 17 seconds off race leader. And here he is, Golden Brownie leading. Oof, wow, everybody dipping wide through there. Everybody, no penalties. Cheeky boys. Janio having a quick look back at Golden Brownie through there up the inside. Spaceship working well, using the anti-grav probably. As they all come streaming through. Lots of position changes for the first part of the race as those faster drivers start working their way through the field. But can Janio make this spaceship work? Can he get away? LFC Fan makes a little bit of a move around the outside of Golden Brownie there, so he gets through into 2nd. It's all over the back of Janio here as well. Spaceship versus spaceship. Inside line for Janio. LFC Fan trying to use the slipstream to get past him. I don't think it's going to work. It's not. Cuts back in. But there's a spaceship there. Oh, Hirakram nudging his way past P. Gibb. Not made it though. P. Gibb's held on to that 3rd position. There is Hirakram up to 4th. Golden Brownie drops to 5th. Oh, a little bit of contact between Hirakram and Golden Brownie. Oh, a little bit of contact again the other side between Golden Brownie and Dark Clark. He's getting swamped here, unfortunately. Hirakram and Dark Clark sweeping around the outside. JRC Racing finds a gap through there as well. Here comes Marshall back through the field in 7th. He's got the 2 Genesis side by side chasing him down. T50 Phil and Sweaty Keg. 3 Genesis. Mutt 36 just in the background there as well in another Genesis. He's got Rick 33 hot on his tail though. He's being pushed along by Donkey Chung. Golden Brownie from the lead of the race all the way down to 13th. We still wait for Faithless Emo to make his charge. Again, little false start at the beginning. A little mistake somewhere else as well. Down to 14th, unfortunately. Probably streaming his POV live on Faithless Emo Racing on YouTube. Go and show him some love, people. Same for Golden Brownie as well. LFC fan then has got his way past Janio into the lead of the race. No penalties so far for him. He picked up an awful lot last race. Dark Clark's probably busy making a cuppa. Well, he could well be. He's got it on auto drive. In 15 minutes, he's just going to come stomping through the track. No, there he is. He's already coming through. Look, 4th position. Cup of tea or no. Hirakram hot on his tail, though. These two. In a few race seasons, I've seen these two at it. Was it last season as well? Season 21, you boys were in the same lobby and battling it out, I believe. Using that slipstream. Can he get the cutback? Can he get the cutback? No, it's a good drive out for Dark Clark. Holds onto that position. JRC Racing, though, having a little think about having a go at Hirakram. Again, Hirakram switches over, trying to get the run on the outside into turn 1. It's not going to be done through there. I need to change this camera up a little bit, I think. Everybody likes running out wide there, don't they? No penalty, obviously, for that one. And it is still LFC fan leading. Janio 2nd, P-Gib in 3rd. Dark Clark in 4th, again being hounded by Hirakram. He's also being hounded by JRC Racing. Marshall as well, just creeping up behind JRC. T50 Phil pushing him around the track. We've got Sweaty Keg pushing him around the track. Hopefully that smells not too bad with the sweatiness. Rick 33 in 10th then. Donkey Chong 11th. Golden Brownie has made up another position. He's got himself back past Mutt 36. Mutt 36 thinks about having another go back down towards this final corner. Not to be this time. Faithless Emo makes up a couple of seconds then. So it was 11, it's down to 8.7. He's finding a bit of time somewhere. He's actually making time up on race leaders as well. Whether he can get through the field and put any kind of challenge down is yet to be seen. So these three, as they were, LFC fan leading. Trying to break that toe for Janio. It's not worked yet. P. Gibb is a little bit closer to... it's all kicking off in the background here. It's properly kicked off. Where is Dark Clark and Hirakram? They have had an absolute mare somewhere. JRC Racing gets through to 4th then. T50 Phil in 5th. Dark Clark drops to 6th position. Hirakram still with him in 7th. Sweaty Keg Rick 33. So I wonder what happened to those two. I wonder if they got a little bit too close and had a tiny bit of collision. We just didn't quite catch on camera. Losing them a couple of positions though. They were 4th and 5th. Now 6th and 7th. Sweaty Keg 8th then. Rick 33 in 9th. Marshall 10th. Donkey Chong in 11th. There's Golden Brownie 12th. Not 36. Still 13th. Faithless Emo pulls another second. 7.6, visibly closer on track. Now are we going to see P. Gibb have a go at Janio? He's got a nice long straight down the hill. Slipstream off of Janio as well. Not going to be enough. Going to hang that left hand side. Look, oh, tricky corner. Catch the apex. Gets a good drive out. Has a little look at Janio through here. Janio's still got the inside line though coming into the chicane. got to be careful they don't just allow LFC fans to start disappearing. We are already a third of the way through race 2, and if you end up battling, you could just allow that driver in front to escape. Oh, he's got a real good run on Janio this time. Inside line as well, coming into this last turn, on the brakes hard. Janio has to leave the door wide open. P-Gib was in front of him already, and there you go, P-Gib into second. Now can Janio get him back on the slipstream on the run down the start-finish straight? Let's get out of that view. No, P-Gib holds on to second. Doesn't get the braking wrong either, as he shouldn't either, being as this is Fusion, the fastest of the fast in terms of MRC GTTCC drivers. Janio second then. Sorry, third. JRC in fourth, closing up on that pile of 3 in front. It's getting a little bit of a slipstream off of Janio in front now. Just broken the toe from T50 Phil behind. Dark Clark. Oh, and Hirakram swapping positions on the way through there. Hirakram cut back across the track. Snuck the apex off of Dark Clark, and it's a drag race down to the chicanes. Dark Clark just carrying a little bit more speed through there. Does retake that position through the chicanes. What a move. Sweaty Keg still tucked under the rear wing of Hirakram. Oh, they all go defensive over to the inside line for this last turn. Sweaty Keg's thinking, well, I'm going to try running around the outside and then get the cut back, but unfortunately the track not wide enough for 2 Renaults and a Sweaty Keg. Sorry, 2 Citroens and a Sweaty Keg. He's driven himself off track. That's allowed Rick 33 GTR to come through. Donkey Chong moves up a position as well. He's got himself past Marshall. He's into 11th. Golden Brownie 12th. Mutt 36 in 13th. And there's Faithless Emo, slowly but surely getting closer. So he has taken a second out of the race leaders as well. The gap down to 16.4. It was about 17.5 when we first caught up with him, and he was 11 seconds back from Mutt 36. He's only 4.5 seconds behind at the minute. He just needs to pick up a bit of a toe from some of these drivers and he can start slingshotting his way past them. Okay, Janio does lose a position to JRC Racing. LFC fan still leads. He's not broken the toe for P-Gib yet. P-Gib just 0.6 of a second behind him. JRC Racing just outside of that toe range at the minute, but he has been pressing that Citroen pretty well. He might be able to close this gap up. 1.4 seconds behind it as it stands. Janio still holding 4. T50 Phil in 5th. These two having a right ding-dong this race. Oh, Rick 33 thinks he's having some of that. He still thinks it's going to rain. He's having a drag race with Dark Clark down towards turn 1. Is he? No. Dark Clark must have just pulled ahead of him. Still very close racing all across the track, really. Little battle just in front there. T50 Phil having a go at Janio. Dark Clark we're on board with, still trying to chase down Hirakram. Everybody just trying to catch up with LFC fan. Let's just catch up with him, shall we? How's he getting on? Oof, risky through there. Cutting an awful lot of the track off through there, LFC fan. It's not benefiting him at the minute. P-Gib is keeping himself right in touch. JRC Racing is taking chunks of time out of these two. Gap from 1.4 down to 1 second now. He's only got to get a good drive out of here and he'll get a good toe off of those two down the start finish straight. Stays about a second. Janio hanging on to that 4th at the minute. Hirakram has managed to find a way past T50 Phil into 5th position. T50 Phil then in 6th. Trying to have a go back at Hirakram. Dark Clark then needs to find his way past if he wants to keep putting the challenge to Hirakram this season. He's got a T50 Phil in his way at the minute though. Rick 33 drops back down to 8th. Sweaty Keg right behind him in 9th. Donkey Chong. Oh, T50 Phil. Very wide through there. Donkey Chong 10th. Marshall in 11th. Golden Brownie still tucked on the back there in 12th. But 36, 5 seconds off of the back of that field now. Faithless Emo. What happened? From a 4-second gap, it's down to 14. He's got it wrong somewhere. No damage on the car, but that might have repaired itself already. And the top 3 then. Halfway through this one. They've got a good old gap back to 4th position. Janio 3.2 seconds behind 3rd place. LFC Fan, P Gibb and JRC Racing all within a second of each other. JRC Racing looking strong in the Citroën. P Gibb having to go slightly defensive. He knows that big Citroën's just lurking in his rearview mirror. Doesn't want to give up too much away though. Doesn't want to leave LFC Fan any kind of breathing room here either. Just got to keep piling the pressure on him. So no penalties through there. Okay, they close up a little bit more coming down towards this right-hander. Again, dirty corner. Have to stay all the way on that right side white line. Cut back across to the right, and it's naughty. JRC Racing all over the back of P Gibb here. Can he get the run down towards that final corner? Go for the move up the inside. Is P Gibb going to be fully aware of it? Is he going to lock off the inside? Clark thinks about it. He does. Slings one up the inside. Has he got the braking right? Still side by side with P Gibb through there. And the Citroën power just enough to pull himself ahead of P Gibb here. I think. Maybe not. Oh yeah, he does. Just one gear change was all it took. Still, P Gibb's not letting that one go easy. Just 0.8 of a second then between JRC Racing and LFC Fan now. P Gibb still not out of the picture here. But we have got a little bit of a change further back. So P Gibb in 3rd. Dark Clark now into 4th position. He's got his way through the field and past Janio. Janio drops to 5th position. Rick 33 in 6th. Sweaty Keg in 7th. What's happened to Hirakram? T50 Phil in 8th, Donkey Chong 9th, Marshall in 10th, Golden Brownie in 11th, Mutt 36 12th. Hirakram, what have you done? 13th place. From battling it out with Dark Clark. Just having a look at that car, see if I can see any visible damage. I don't know if it's turned on in this lobby. Doesn't look too bad. I don't know whether he's crashed. There's a little bit of damage on that front corner, so maybe he's been into the wall. It's a big pile of points he's lost there though. Oh, that's the camera angle I did want. LFC Fan then coming under threat from JRC Racing for that top spot. P Gibb still threatening these two though. But all the time these three are racing. Dark Clark is just edging his way ever closer to them. 3.2 seconds behind at the moment. Let's get a bit of chase cam on. We can see a little bit more from this angle. Again, just hugging that left hand line. Nice inside line there for P Gibb. Not able to take full advantage of that though. Not able to get past the Citroën on the exit towards these chicanes. 4C holding its own though against the big Citroens. Sorry, the McLaren, apologies. It's not the 4C. He says, looking at the rear lights, going, that's not an Alpha. Here they go again then, down towards this final turn, and again Dark Clark pulls another second on these boys. 2.8 seconds the gap. Front end of that orange Citroen getting ever closer, ever brighter. Race lead battle on. LFC fan having to go slightly defensive into turn 1 just to fend off any kind of attack from JRC. Carries a tiny bit more speed through that turn 1. Ends up crashing into the back of LFC fan a little bit. Rubbins racing, people. And here they go again. Another half a second comes out of that time, down to 2.3. JRC Racing, again, very close to LFC fan. Is he going to go for a move here? Thinks about the inside line. LFC fan dips a couple of wheels on the grass. JRC Racing almost pushing him around this circuit. P-Gib, just hoping these two have a little bit of too much of a ding-dong. Could see JRC Racing. LFC peels straight over to this right hand side, goes fully defensive coming into this last turn. JRC Racing is going to try something around the outside. It's not going to work. Can he get the cut back? No, he can't. Oh, wheels on the grass. He's managed to hold on to it. Stays within the slipstream of LFC fan as well. Doesn't lose any time. P-Gib not able to take advantage of that little mistake either. Dark Clark creeps again. 1.8 seconds. Hirakram, Hirakram, Hirakram. What happened to you? What happened? Wow, look how close. 1.3 seconds behind these three then. Two Citroens in front, just trying to make a break from P-Gib. Oof, oof. JRC Racing pushing it. That's two corners he's pushed it a little bit wide on. He's got to be careful. Don't want to pick up a penalty. You certainly don't want to go spinning off track. I don't even think I want to look behind me at the minute. Dark Clark. A second, less than a second. Getting a slipstream now off of these three. Well, off of P-Gib at least. JRC Racing goes for the move up the inside. LFC fan not quite defending that one. And he does sweep through, but they are still pretty much side by side on the run down towards turn 1. Has JRC got it? Can LFC fan just nip it back into turn 1? Still side by side. Still side by side. Little bit of contact. Oof, JRC. Has he got it? He's still not quite got it. LFC fan right next to him. P-Gib just doesn't want to get caught up in the chaos as they go switching around track. And look, here is Dark Clark. Very much involved in this fight now. Oh, LFC fan. Should have given P-Gib a little bit more room there. I know you wanted the slipstream off of JRC Racing, but P-Gib was already there. Oh, look at this P-Gib. Up the inside. Thrashing the McLarens, trying to get past these Citroens. Dark Clark now sandwiched in. He's triangulated his P-Gib with the Citroens. Look at this, Dark Clark just making that thing grip. Using full anti-grav through there. He's got the McMurty system or whatever it is. The vacuum pull down. LFC fan continues to defend though, holding on to this top spot. JRC and Dark Clark kick up some dirt through there. Neither driver getting any kind of advantage from it though. Side by side between Dark Clark and JRC Racing. That might just leave LFC fan a little bit of breathing room if these two get into a bit of a fight. And here's P-Gib trying to get himself back involved in it as well. Rick 33 thinks, oh, come on P Gibb, get it back on track. He does. He's going to lose a bit of time though. Dirty Tyre's going to slow him down a little bit. I'm going to have a look through the field. JRC Racing gets a nice tight line through there on LFC fan. Not able to get the drag and run down the hill to take that position off him. Dark Clark has a little think about the inside, so it's Citroen 1, 2 and 3 at the minute. And again, that's the second time he's pushed it very wide through there. I'm not sure if there was any kind of contact between you two, but that's the result unfortunately. Rick 33 just able to drive around the outside as well. P Gibbs got through. So where are we? 25 minutes in. It is still LFC fan leading this one. Dark Clark trying his hardest though. He's pushed all the way from the back. Dark Clark switches sides of the track. Oh, tries to get the move on LFC fan. Almost come to a stop through there. P Gibb trying to drive around the outside of him. He carries good speed. Has he managed to get past Dark Clark? Retake second. He has. He's going to carry good speed down towards LFC fan as well. Oh, Dark Clark goes for the move back into second. Up the inside through turn 1. Oh, just gets in front of P Gibb as well. Great bit of racing up the front here. Rick 33, 4th. JRC Racing drops to 5th. Donkey Chong up to 6. I had a little bit of a battle while we've been watching the front few. T50 Phil in 7th. Janio in 8th. Oof. Oh, he's just managed to hang on to that. Sweaty Keg's able to get through though. Almost loses it there, Janio. Golden Brownie in 10th. Marshall 11th. Hirokram, after whatever he did terribly wrong, in 12th. Mutt 36 in 13th. And Faithless Emo in 14th. Again, had a terrible evening. False start in race 1. Was it? Did he have a false start in race 1? He certainly had a false start in race 2. And I think a little bit of an incident on lap 1 as well. Trying to regain. Oof. Battle still on here. Look at this big pile of cars then. We were down to 2 or 3 and now it's all bunched back up again. Dark Clark does take the lead of the race. Rick 33 gets himself into 2nd position. We're all changed. LFC fan in 3rd. JRC Racing 4th. P Gibb in 5th. The lonely little McLaren having a damn good punch up with these Citroens. There's Donkey Chong trying to close the gap now. 3.5 seconds back. Unfortunately, we've only got 2.5 minutes of racing left. T50 Phil. A little bit far behind Donkey Chong at the moment. Whoa, where are you going, Janio? Sweaty Keg still getting a bit of a tow. Janio again just going wide through that tight right-hander. Hirokram takes another position then through to 11th. Pretty close to Golden Brownie here too. Again, we are running out of time though. Are we going to see him get past Golden Brownie and Janio before the end of the race? Let's see. Marshall 12th then. Mutz in 13th. Faithless getting a little bit closer, but doesn't really look like he's putting in that much effort at this point. Looking better and better for Dark Clark. The gap's starting to open up then for that top 5. Dark Clark, half a second in the lead from Rick 33. Through turn 1, down towards this hairpin. JRC Racing have a ding-dong with LFC fan through there. JRC Racing, more wheels on the grass through there. P Gibb. Again, that car just can't find its way past the width of these Citroens. Look at that, 2 on track, you filled it up. Oh, that's twice between you two. That's P Gibb getting himself around the outside. LFC fan I don't think realises he's there. Oof, JRC Racing almost off track through that corner again. This is allowing Donkey Chong to close up. He's just 1.7 seconds behind this fight now. Again, we are 30 seconds away from the end of the race, so let's go and see what's happening up front. What can Rick 33 do here? Hot on the tail of race leader. Dark Clark goes defensive into the final corner. 33 not able to get next to him on the run out. Can he get the slipstream? Can he get the momentum and get past him? Drag race. But they are first and second. Dark Clark taking the win then. Rick 33 coming home in second. Phenomenal bit of racing between these boys. JRC coming home in third. LFC Fan in fourth. P Gib fifth. Well fought, my friend. I've got to say, P Gib, against those massive Citrons. Donkey Chong coming home in 6th, T50 Phil in 7th, Sweaty Keg in 8th, I don't know why I said 11th, Golden Brownie in 9th, got Janio in 10th, Hirokram in 11th, so he didn't make it past Janio and Golden Brownie, unfortunately. Marshall 12th, Mutt 36 in 13th, Faithless Emo looks like he's run out of fuel, but he's not. He's not. He's just creeping. There we go. And across the line he goes. Yeah, great bit of racing there. Great bit of racing at Lago. You can't ask for more better racing than that. It's pretty epic. I feel a little bit out of breath, and it didn't feel like that was a half-hour race to me. That's how good that one was. But there he is, Dark Clark, 2 out of 2 tonight. That's going to bump him up the table for sure. Unfortunately, Hirokram with that shocking race 2. It's going to drag him down a little bit. So there are official results for race 2. Dark Clark on that top spot. Rick 33 second. I'll bring my mic back in and talk into that, shall I? JRC in 3rd, LFC Fan 4th, P Gib 5th, Donkey Chong 6th, T50 Phil in 7th, Sweaty Keg in 8th, Golden Brownie 9th, Janio 10th, Hirokram 11th, Marshall 12th, Mutt 36 in 13th, and Faithless Emo. Not a great race for him for race 2 in 14th. There it is. GTTCC round 3 done and dusted. Same time, same place next week, obviously, for round 4. We've got the Ringkaff Nordschleife races tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. So, depending on the format, it's always about 2 hours worth of racing from Nordschleife. Big pile of Germans, a couple of Spanish, the odd Russian, and a few of the English boys. So, come and check that out tomorrow night. That's 8 o'clock, between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock. And then Sunday night, we're back with the Super Formulas with the P1 boys at 9 o'clock. So Friday night, 9 o'clock for GTTCC. We've got tomorrow night, Saturday night at 8 o'clock for the Ringkaff. And then Sunday night, 9 o'clock as well for the Super Formulas. That's the lineup at the minute, people. But yeah, there we go. Race done and dusted for the evening. Great bit of racing again. Can't give the boys enough credit. That was some real good racing. Faithless 2 false. Oh, you did get 2 false starts. Oh, couldn't find my handbrake. It's just a button, isn't it? Just let go of the button. Just let go of the button. That's all you got to do, I thought. Anyway, yeah, not a great start for Faithless then tonight. 2 false starts. Oops. Never mind. Next week, let's see what happens. But you will see Faithless Emo again on Sunday night racing in the Super Formulas. But that's going to be it from me tonight, people. So I hope you like what you've watched. If you have, you know what to do. Click all the buttons, the likes, comments, subscribes. I've put the camera a little bit too close, so my hand doesn't fit. But most of all, tell your mates and tell your mums. I need to pick up a different controller. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.